Hello, hello. Welcome to Sparkle.Sanctuary. If you're new here, my name's Rebecca. Thank you all for joining today. Today's video is a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress. This is my current progress. I am working on Something Sweet by Mandy Manzano from Diamond Art Club. I picked this diamond painting up in 2020. I only have one other kit that I purchased that same month. And so this one and that kit are both my oldest kits that I have in my stash. So I am trying to work on some of my older images, and this is the one I picked. I love Beauty and the Beast. It's one of my favorite stories, movies, everything. And so this is one I had picked up, and I do like the stained glass look of it. So yeah, this is what I'm working on. I have it turned upside down, and in fact, I'm currently getting ready to work on the beast's eye right here. So anyway, I'll go ahead and pick out a color and get started, catch you up. It has been, I think, 3 weeks since I have done one of these videos. It's been a minute. I don't know. There's been a lot that's happened, but not a lot that's happened, if that makes sense. I think with the chaos of Christmas and everything, it was increasingly difficult for me to be able to find time and space to be able to record my videos. I had mentioned in a previous video that I had moved my entire recording stuff, all of my desk and everything, to the basement. And I have to tell you, it's freezing down here, and I don't have a little space heater or anything going. And so it does get quite cold and is really secluded from the rest of the household. So I'm not sure that I love this setup still. And I know that it's kind of hindered my progress on recording videos. So as much as I don't like having this space or these items upstairs in my family living room, I think I'm going to have to move it back. I just am not comfortable down here. So I think if I can get myself moved back upstairs in the near future, then my content will probably get back to more of what it was prior to this move, which I had moved down here because we were putting up my Christmas tree, and well, where my desk and everything had gone was where my tree normally goes. So I mean, this may just be something that I look at adjusting every year around Christmas time. I don't know. And it just is going to be one of those things, depending on, how long my channel is around, what people want to know, what's going on, things like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry if that sounds complaining. It's not complaining. I'm very grateful to have this space. It's not, my brain works in a very specific way. And in order for me to be able to do certain things, I just need things to be lined up, and it just hasn't been lined up, if that makes sense. So anyway, hopefully like I said, I can get this sorted out and get myself back in a groove. Even if that means that maybe I just need to make sure I'm remembering to bring a space heater down here ahead of time so that it's warm, or whatever it is. I will figure it out. It just may take some time. It took me a long time to figure out the original recording space that allowed me the ability to start recording in the first place. So I just need to make adjustments and concessions and recognize that, it's not like you guys are requiring me to put anything out there. I just would like to, just to keep up with the channel, if that makes sense. I know I'm a little over 400 subscribers now, which is awesome. And even though I'm not putting out, as much regular content, I am still seeing small increases in that number, which just is amazing. So if you're new, if this is your first WIP and chat that you're watching, hi, thanks for joining. And yeah, anyway, welcome. And if you are returning and just sitting and watching this video, I really, really appreciate your support. I'm still small enough that I'm not making anything off of this. And so knowing that people are watching and engaging with my videos, that's the only thing that keeps it going. Because I really don't get anything out of this aside from just the comments and engagement that I get from you guys. And I know I've engaged with a few of my subscribers from other countries, which is so amazing to me to know that I'm, having conversations with people not where I'm from, like really, really far from where I'm from. And I think that's really cool. And yeah, it definitely makes this exciting and makes me want to continue to do the videos, which is why I've been I'm going to work really hard to try and get this figured out. So anyway, sorry, enough about that. I will kind of just update you on what's been going on in my life. If you're interested, please stick around. I'll just continue to work on my current progress. You can work on whatever you're working on, and hopefully, hopefully I don't bore you, and hopefully you find this entertaining. And yeah, so I think the last time I posted a video was just before Christmas here in the United States, and I mean that week of Christmas was definitely very busy. I know that I had mentioned, I think in the last time I posted, that I helped my mom go shopping for my girls on a weekend, and I'm not, shopping in person is not something that I really do anymore. And oddly enough, this Saturday before Christmas, my boyfriend somehow convinced me to get out and do it again. I'm not sure what I was thinking. It was very busy and chaotic, and was it was a lot. It was a lot, but I found some really great deals when I was out, which was awesome. And a gift that I had picked up for one of my kids, I was able to find an even better gift. I hadn't been very secure in the original purchase that I made anyway. And so I was super happy to find something different, and was very grateful that that ended up working out. So that was really cool, and ended up being very grateful that I went out and went shopping that day. We found some great stuff for the kids, and I was able to get all the last minute stuff that I needed to get, and, was able to provide my kids with a very nice Christmas, which honestly, like I think since their dad and I split, I don't know of a Christmas that didn't end up turning out, well. So yeah, I'm very blessed in that manner. So I hope that you all had a good Christmas and a happy new year if you celebrate Christmas. If not, whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope that it went well for you. Yeah, because I don't know, many blessings wish to all of you, really, really. That week of Christmas, I also did quite a bit of, like I sang twice at church, and we did, movies and wrapping presents and all of the holiday stuff that happens with it. And honestly, like I was singing Christmas songs and doing things like that, which is not my norm. And so it was really kind of neat to feel more like, have a Christmas that felt more like my childhood, when, I kind of believed in magic and had joy for Christmas. And I'm kind of glad that some of the things that I've been through have started to, they shape who you are. The things that happen to you shape who you are and shape how you respond to things and how you feel about things. And so I'm glad to see that part is, changing and shifting, and I'm coming back to my roots and to the base of the good things that I've, the good things, the happy parts. So I'm very happy and pleased with that, and glad to, say that, because I've never been the person that really enjoyed Christmas as much as other people. And after I became an adult and had some serious things happen in my life, I no longer cared for Christmas at all. And so I'm really, I don't know, I enjoyed it way more this year than I have in a while. And that was kind of wonderful. And, engaging and enjoying the holidays with everybody was nice. One of the things for Christmas, I had mentioned in a couple other videos that I was working on a project that I wanted to be really quiet about. I will actually insert some photos here, but basically when I was 14 years old, my dad and I put together and made a shirt for my mom, and she loves that shirt. It's like one of her favorite Christmas shirts that she owns, and it's very important to her, but it is falling apart because I am 45, so that shirt is more than 30 years old. And so a couple years ago, I had ordered this kit to remake her shirt. It was actually the original pattern that was made on her shirts. But basically, it's they used to sell these things where that you could buy the cloth and then you would sew it on, or not iron. You have an iron-on adhesive, and you'd iron it onto your shirt, and then you could decorate it with what was called puff paint. Now it's called 3D paint. I think there is still some puff paint out there, but it's not all the same. But anyway, went through several packets of different kinds of puff paint and different trials and errors and struggles with that, and actually ruined my dining room table in the process of making the shirt. But it was totally worth it. Seeing my mom wearing it and knowing that she can still have that other shirt, but not worry about if she was going to ruin it when she wears it. She can still absolutely wear it if she really wanted to, but at least, she could pull it out for Christmas and see it and still wear something similar, and know that it was handcrafted by me. So, yeah, and it was kind of cool to see her put it on. I think later that week I saw her in it, and yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I can see the flaws in it because of the mishaps that happened while I was making it, um all that stuff. But I think it turned out, like I said, I think it turned out pretty good. And right now I should be showing you, if I've already turned off of it, I don't know, but there was side by sides of like what the original looked like versus the one I made. So they're pretty close. So I'm very happy with that. It's obviously not going to be the exact same thing, but I think it turned out to my liking. And I did do a lot of diamond painting over these last 3 weeks. So I've completed, so I think the last WIP and chat that I did, what the diamond painting that I was working on, I have actually completed 2 other projects since that. And so I've put up one post review, the post review for that one that I was working on during my last WIP and chat. And then I put up another post review for the next diamond painting that I did. And then I think I'll go ahead and post another post review for the other one that I completed in the next week or so. I'm not sure. I hate to put back-to-back videos that are the same, but honestly, like, I've already recorded it, and so it may end up being what goes up on Thursday. But I don't normally get to complete them that fast, but I have had a significant amount of time off. What was supposed to be, I think it was 9 business days. So school is out Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Thursday, I went back to work on Friday, and then we had a major snowstorm. So, but I'll get into that. I did also get to see my boyfriend's family. They were super sweet. I got a really nice gift card from them, which I haven't gone shopping yet because of the weather that we've had, but eventually I will take those gift cards and that I got for Christmas and be able to go shopping and do all the fun things. So that will be nice. Also, during that break, my twins, my 16-year-olds, had asked me if we could see their grandma, which is their dad's mom, and my dad out at their cemeteries, because they wanted to just talk to them and share, Christmas, part of their Christmas with them. And we had intended to go earlier, but it just never seemed to work out. So we didn't end up going until, so I think that was the 30th, like right before New Year's. And so their grandma is actually, her cemetery is about 40 minutes away from us, 45 minutes away from us. So we drove out and saw her, and we saw my dad on the way out of town. And then we went to lunch and we went shopping at a thrift store, and I was able to find an abacus for work, which I've been wanting one for a while, and found a really great deal on a Melissa and Doug, which that's a great brand for stuff. It's really high quality abacus. And so that was exciting. I was excited about that. got to have lunch with my girls and spend some quality time with them. And we were experiencing a ton of fog at the time. We haven't had so much of the fog because of all the snow, at least not that I've noticed. I haven't honestly been out hardly at all since it snowed so much, but yeah, we were experiencing an insane amount of fog there for a little while, and drove through fog and mists while we were coming home from that. But everything was safe and we were great, and it was really nice seeing, spending that little bit of time with them and going out and just paying respects to our loved ones. And I didn't realize my ex-husband has an aunt that's buried near his mom, and I actually didn't even know where she was buried, and she was very important to one of my girls, and they had a really great relationship, and so it was good to see where she was at, because now if my daughter is like, hey, I'd kind of like to go see her, I can take her, or I can at least direct her where to go if she wants to drive out there by herself, So that was also good to be able to find that and pay respects to her as well. I did. So my dad passed on New Year's Eve 2 years ago. And last year, I really tried very hard. I had my kids and I tried really hard to make it more of a celebration with them. Just because, I don't want it to be a day of sadness, and I don't want it to be, something that they look on and remember and think about my dad in a sad way. He was a good human, and I loved him a lot. And so the first year after he passed, we made a big party, or, try to get everybody together and at least just celebrate together. So, whatever. But this year my kids were with their dad for New Year's Eve, and at one point I could tell my boyfriend was tired, and so I just told him to go home, and then I spent the evening by myself. I ended up going to bed early, and didn't stay up for the new year. I just couldn't. And I just kind of want to touch briefly on, navigating grief and loss, because it's so hard, and everybody grieves differently and everybody navigates that grief differently, but it's not a linear process. And sometimes there's guilt about like how long it's been since somebody passed and how bad you're feeling. And honestly, I have what I believe is undiagnosed ADHD. And so it does tend to lead to me grieving differently than other people. After he passed, I felt like I needed to be strong for everybody and help everybody else navigate their grief, because my degree's in psychology and I help people with their emotions, and I help, this is just, I'm a helper type person, and I want people to be happy and successful and to be able to understand and be able to move through their feelings in a way that's appropriate for them. But it also allowed me to push aside my feelings and not process them the way I should have. And I knew that I needed to process them better. In fact, I at one point asked for help from a loved one and didn't get it. And I think that made me push it down even further. And I don't know that I've ever truly grieved the way I should have or needed to. But, I'm getting by. I have moments where I need to, I seclude and go to myself, kind of like I did on New Year's Eve, and, spent time just kind of thinking about my dad and trying. See, I don't have like, I don't have imaginative memory. Like, I can't close my eyes and see things the way people can, and I can't close my eyes and hear things the way people can. So, like, I can't close my eyes and I can't hear my dad. I can't see my dad. I can't visualize him. I can't visualize scenarios. I can think about them and I can recall them, but that doesn't mean that I see them. Like, I can't see him. And so, I just kind of took some time in a quiet space where I could think about, happy memories and things that I recall about him, and the reasons why he was, one of the people in my life that I idolized the most. He was my hero. And, just tried to honor him that way. And I think having that time alone to, really think about him instead of allowing myself to pretend it wasn't happening or to think about something else was very helpful and helped me navigate that a little bit. But yeah, grief is just one of those crazy things that, you're smiling and laughing one minute and then the next minute you're in tears and you don't know why. And it's because somebody said or did something and it reminds you. I remember I went shopping one time and there was a candle, and I regret now not buying it. At the time I was like, this is silly because okay, so it was a candle from Aldi that smelled like cigars. And it's weird because, or not cigars, pipes, sorry. It smelled like a pipe. And my dad smoked when I was little, like really, really little. And he had a pipe there for a while. And it's not the man that I knew when I was older, but it's something that was a childhood memory, that smell. And it's weird because I remember when I smelled it in the store, I started crying immediately. Like it took me to a place, a feeling in a moment, like when you don't have visual memory, it took me to a feeling in a moment that I hadn't experienced in a very, very long time. And it flooded me with memories of my dad, and it flooded me with the feelings of love that I had for him. And in that moment, I should have bought that candle. But I remember thinking, this was just that moment. Who's to say that that candle is going to bring that memory back to me again, or that I'll feel that same way again? And how silly is it to cry or think about my dad when it comes to, tobacco and my, like this thing that doesn't apply and hasn't applied to my dad, and just think of him in that way. And so I just couldn't get myself to buy it. And boy, do I regret it. I really regret it. Um, I've looked up that candle a few times since then and haven't seen it. I've tried to find it in store again. Every time I go there, I try to find it and I can't. So, it was my loss, and I know better now and will not pass up on an opportunity like that again in the future. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's very compelling and interesting the way our brains work, and how our memories work, and how we each grieve differently and process emotions differently. So just know, like, the holidays are hard because of that reason. And just know that if you have been through something or are going through something, and you're not, don't feel guilty for how you grieve. Don't think negatively about how the process is going for you. Everybody is different. Every relationship is different. Every loss is different. And we all just try to get through the best we can. It's not like any of us are professionals. And I know that there are some books out there to try to help you learn how to navigate that better, but that's, it's, when you're in the moment, it's just different. And, nobody can really tell you how to grieve or what to do. Just know that as long as you're taking time to take care of yourself, and maybe the best thing that I recommend is seeing what ways you can honor that person, because, what would they have wanted you to do in that moment? What would make them happy with the choices that you're making, and find a way to honor them that is significant, and know that you're doing right by them when you do it. Um, one of my coworkers said that she had a relative or a loved one pass away recently, and her husband is going through the grieving process. And he at one point had said, he would become a minister or a priest if something ever happened to his wife. Well, she passed unexpectedly at a very young age. And so now they're wondering what he's going to do. And I said, hopefully he honors her in a way that he sees fit. If that means going into doing, some kind of ministry, great. And if not, great, as long as he feels like he's honoring her in his best way. So I don't know if you haven't already, if you have a situation where you're struggling with your grief, I recommend trying that, because in that moment, it actually brings you closer to them than you are otherwise, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's my recommendation. Just try and be what you can, who you can, do what you can, So anyway, then the rest of that week was like one of my twins is started dating. She had her very first date, and now she has a boyfriend. And oh my goodness, because she doesn't have her license. She could, but her and her twin sister just haven't studied for their exam. They're both 16, so they could drive, but they don't. And so it's weird being that mom with a 16-year-old kid and navigating them to dates. It's very different. And uh, I'm trying to eat it up while I can, because this is one of my last firsts. I get my first time taking them to do these things. And oh yeah, we found, we've been dealing, we found a mouse in my house again. And through the course of this time frame, the last 3 weeks, we figured out that there's actually, because I know that they're coming into my garage, but I just couldn't figure out how they were getting into my house. Well, we found out that there's actually a space in my daughter's closet, where the mouse was coming in and out from the garage. So we got that closed off now. So hopefully it's not an issue again. But oh my goodness, I don't like mice. I don't want mice in my home. It's not safe or healthy, and it's frustrating and it's scary for her. And yeah, I hope that we don't have any more issues. I hope it doesn't figure out how to get past the barriers and how, whatever. But I know it's cold outside, and so they're drawn to coming inside. But man, oh man, I don't I don't want them inside. I don't know anybody that wants mice in their home unless they're pets, and I would never have a pet mouse. I did watch, because I've had a lot of diamond painting time and things like that. I also have watched quite a bit of television. I know I was pretty sedentary the last 3 weeks. I did do a lot of stuff. Like I said, we had a major snowstorm, and so I shoveled my driveway and the sidewalk in front of my house. And then my next door neighbor is not elderly. He's older though, and retired. And I was worried about him shoveling. So after I finished my driveway, I went over and helped finish his driveway. I do have a snowblower, so it's definitely helpful and not as much work, though it is still work. And there are still big chunks of snow that need to be moved and things like that. And then I also, over that time, went and helped shovel a big portion of my mom's driveway. And in that, I didn't use a snowblower at all. My boyfriend did. And I actually was picking up the big chunks of ice and chucking them over to a safe area, just to kind of save the motor on my snowblower, because I knew we were using it more than it's been used before. And then also shoveled my boyfriend's parking spot, because he lives in an apartment complex. And when they came through with the snow removal system, they shoveled a bunch of snow off to the side. And because his parking spot is on the end, his parking spot ended up being where a large portion of that snow went. And so he couldn't even park in his parking spot. So he couldn't go to his apartment for a few days. And so then I went over there with my kids and him, and I picked up huge chunks of snow and was throwing them over the side near his parking spot, and we got his spot cleared out. But I ended up in this process of helping that, and then doing my mom's driveway, which she has a 3-car garage. So it's a pretty long, big driveway. We didn't get it completed, but we got enough of it that she could maneuver. And she got packages and stuff. We cleared a large portion. We just didn't get all of it. But anyway, between all of that and salting over by her house, I ended up using all of my ice melt. So I have to get some more before it snows again. It's just the problem is that everywhere in town that I've seen is out of it. So definitely going to have to see if I can't find some more or have it ordered in. I don't know, but packages were delayed and all of the things, trash delays, all kinds of stuff. And it was a huge snowstorm. So we got the place that I live in, had got 14 inches of, or not 14, 12, a little over 12 inches of snow. On my driveway, I think I only had 9 inches, but that's still a lot of snow. And there was ice underneath it. So it was a lot. And we ended up being stuck at home for several days, not able to go anywhere. And then school this last week, we were supposed to go back on Monday, and we all woke up and had a snow day Monday. And then, and then same thing for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then they finally had things cleared up and they were like, okay, everybody's going back to school on Friday. And then Thursday night it snowed again. And so school was canceled for Friday too. So like we had 5 days off of school because of snow, which is unheard of. Like this was record snow for us, top 3 in the history of our town kind of thing. So yeah, I could not believe how many days we missed, but I'm grateful that we didn't have to have school because my daughter is still fairly new to driving, and I work on the other side of town, and that area is um, a little bit neglected by the city because it's not a wealthy area. And so, yeah, the snow was nuts. So anyway, I am looking forward to going to work on Monday, and hopefully they have those roads more clear. But yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy for us to miss 5 days. So yeah, I've done a lot of movie watching. I watched a movie called Carry On. I think pretty much everybody's seen it on Netflix. It's supposed to be similar to like Die Hard or something. I don't know. And I thought it was okay. It was not my favorite movie. I don't know that I would want to watch it again. It was just okay. But also, got my girls caught up on a lot of The Walking Dead. And I ended up, my oldest daughter is, she loves Twilight, and not in a I love it because it's so good. We both make fun of the movies, and so we cringe about it, and we love it because it's so bad, but we love the music. And so anyway, she just kind of shuffled and played a couple of the Twilight movies, and we listened to the music and made fun of the characters and all that stuff. So it was, that was a lot of fun just having that time with her too. And being around my girls and everything. They did end up having to spend, with the snow and everything, they had to spend an extra night with their dad because I tried to warn them that the weather was going to be really bad. And he was like, I'm a professional driver. Don't worry about it. I'll bring them home. And then I was like, but it's going to get really, really bad. And he was like, it'll be fine. And then, yeah, he woke up the next day and was like, yep, nope, I'm not bringing them home. So yeah, they stayed with him an extra day, which was nice for them. They got to spend that little bit extra time with him. They're the kids. They love their dad, so they needed that with him. I did also watch the newer cartoon Wild Robot. I loved that movie. I loved that movie. I loved it so much that when I talked to my girls about it and found out two of them hadn't seen it actually, I was like, nope, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch this. And my oldest daughter, she is not really a movie person. And so the fact that she watches Twilight with me is a huge deal. And I was like, you've got to watch this. And she was like, Mom, I'm not a movie person. I was like, you are going to love this movie. Watch this movie. And sure enough, she ended up really liking it. Her responses to some of the movie stuff was really cute. Like all the animals that came on, she was going, "Aw," kind of thing. And it was funny, but we all really enjoyed watching that together. It was so fun. If you have not seen The Wild Robot, I recommend it for adults, for kids, for anything. I recommend it. It's so cute. And the storyline is great. And my understanding is that they will definitely be coming out with a second one because it is a trilogy book series. And yeah, so I'm interested to see that movie, and I may end up picking up the books because it's really, I thought it was really well made. It was a good story. It was a good movie. So I may end up picking up those books because, and I'm not a reader. I'm not really a reader, but it was a great story. So yeah, if, like I said, if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. If you have seen it, what did you think? Tell me your thoughts. Leave them in the comments. Yeah, because just was so cute. Such a neat movie. Oh yeah, also because we were home so much, I finally got around to getting all of my decorations put away, and so I have bursitis in both my shoulders, and my left arm is actually the worst one because of a rotator cuff injury that caused by my ex-husband. And so my bursitis always kind of flares up when it's super cold. And after all of the shoveling and stuff, I, I really should have been taking it easy because my shoulders were kind of hurting, and they still are. They're still hurting quite a bit, but yeah, I was tired of waiting, and man, I got all of my Christmas decorations put away. I think it was day before yesterday. Yeah, Thursday. I was tired of waiting for my girls to get up. I was tired of waiting for them to do anything. And so I did. I have a 9-foot tree. It has tons of decorations on it. And I got all of that put away all by myself. And so when my girls woke up, they were like, whoa, the decorations are all down. I was like, yep. And now you get to take everything to the basement because my shoulder is killing me. And so it made them put everything away. They were okay doing that. They didn't mind moving the buckets. And I'm so glad that they were here because there was quite a bit. But yeah, got all of that taken care of. So got my house organized. And then after I do this today, we will get all of our chores done, get my house looking really nice again. And I'm super excited for it. So yeah, the only thing that isn't put away from Christmas is a couple little things that I forgot, or things like my second son, his girlfriend still hasn't been over for her Christmas, so her stocking is still out, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, pretty much everything's put away. There's a few things, like I said, I keep forgetting. I have a little cover for my mailbox. I keep forgetting that's out there. And then I have a rug by the front door that I probably need to grab. I think that's it. That's it. Otherwise, get my cover minder pushed back out of the way. But yeah, and then yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Oh yeah, yesterday I started this diamond painting. I am slowly, no, I've done quite a bit actually, and got a little bit done here. And this section is quite large actually, this area here. But like I said, I'm working on this Beauty and the Beast one, and this is the beast face. I'm upside down. I work in a very odd way. My boyfriend kind of made fun of me when he saw it because I actually split my diamond painting in half. So I'll show you. And I may have mentioned this in a previous video. I'm sorry if I have. But I will split my diamond painting in half with a piece of tape. And then I'll turn it upside down. And then I will work in sections starting from that piece of tape in the top left corner and go in rows across and down. And then once I'm done here, I'll turn it back over and do the same thing from the middle again and work in rows across and down. And then, so I actually start here and move that way, and then start here and move this way. It makes it very interesting, and that's just the way my brain works, because I act as if each, if the diamond painting was only this big, I would start in that corner and work my way down. So basically when I cut it in half and I flip it over, I act as if that's its own diamond painting. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, he made fun of me for how I was working on it. And I just told him, tough, this is how I work on it. I know it's silly. I know it doesn't make sense, but for my brain, it does. And sometimes I will stop and start in the bottom corner down here and work my way up too. I don't know. I'm not sure why I do that. It would actually make more sense if I started on this corner down there. because that's actually would be the top left if I had it flipped over. But I don't like working on top of the diamonds. I like working away from them. And I know some people really like working into them, and I don't. I like to work away from them. So maybe that's why I do it, because in this fashion, going down this diagonally, I'm working away from the diamonds as I go. Anyway, sorry, I'm full of tangents. Just please, hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully you don't mind. But yeah, yesterday I got this together and organized my diamonds and got them all put together. I have a bunch of specials in rounds that have just been kind of chaotic, and so I got them organized, not necessarily by color, which is what I would love to do, but just by like what kind they are, and making sure, like I had accidentally mixed squares, one AB that was a square in with the rounds, and so I separated those out, that kind of stuff. Got it all nice and set up, and then picked out specials for this image. And so I actually have two specials that I've incorporated into here. One is, here, I'll just pull them out. I have this blue crystal that replaced this diamond. So 793 and 799 are pretty close. And so I replaced this diamond with that. And then I also replaced this, it's called Neon Grapefruit, and it's a sparkler. It's like a jelly kind of drill. See if I can get that a little closer. Oh, the light is making it not very easy to see. Can you see the jelly in there? So that one is to replace this 605. So I thought those were pretty good swaps. I'm liking the way they're looking so far. I haven't used this pink one yet, so I can't say for sure, but it'll be down in her dress when I get to it. The blue is actually in the Beast's cape. So I don't know. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing a little bit more of an overall kind of picture. But yeah, I got that organized and set up and picked out the washi tape for this image. I put washi tape around the edges. I actually put it here also to like split the sections up. Like you can see, this is Christmas washi. It's just there for temporary, and then once it's finished, that won't be there anymore. So that washi I tend to just be like discards from another image that I've done. But I found this washi tape that I ended up really liking for this image, and I thought it was perfect. So let me see if I can pull that out. It came in a kit. Let me see. It came in a kit, and I don't remember what kit it came in, so I can't direct you on where to go. But let's see if I can't. There's like pink roses on there. There we go. And it's got some other flowers on there, but I don't think that takes away from it. And then all the greens and yellows and things and the pink roses, I thought just went really, really well with this particular image. So yeah, that's the washi tape I used around the outside borders. And I think it's all coming together really nicely. And I am super excited to see what this looks like when it's finished, because I think it's just going to be gorgeous. And I don't really have anything else to talk about. Just would like to make sure that I'm, here as much as I can be and entertaining as much as I can be, and that I'm not, dropping the ball and, not there, not doing the things I need to. And anyway, I don't know what video, like I said, I don't know what's going to be coming up on Thursday. It may just be another unboxing, which is not my favorite, not unboxing, post review. Goodness, I need to say what I mean and mean what I say, right? It might be another post review, which I've posted a couple of those recently because I have finished another diamond painting, but I'm not sure. It kind of depends. I may hold off on that. If I can get another video recorded before Thursday, that'll be that. But as for now, this video will go up Monday, and it'll be my first WIP and chat that I've done in a while. And so hopefully you all enjoy it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or suggestions or comments. I know I had mentioned doing a video on how I store my diamond paintings. I don't know that I'll have time because, like I said, today I've got to get all of my normal chores done, get my house back in order. We will see. We will see. If I have time or energy tomorrow, I may end up doing that. I don't know. It kind of depends. And that will determine what happens on Thursday. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I really hope that you're all doing well. I appreciate you for sticking around and for, watching my videos and for liking my videos and for commenting and engaging and just being here and watching. Really do appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Time is very valuable, and knowing that you spend your time here, it matters and means a lot to me. Just because, like I said, I'm just here. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting anything out of this other than the engagement that I have with you guys. And so some of you that do engage, it really does. It means a lot. So anyway, I'll go ahead and go. So I'll say what I always say at the end of my videos. Your Sparkle Sanctuary is wherever you go to take care of your mental health. So please make sure you're taking time to take care of you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.